Hello, it's Teresa here with another hotel project just for fun. So settle down, coffee in your hand, and just enjoy what I'm about to show you. 1503, that is. So here we are in Canterbury High Street. Canterbury is set in Kent in the UK, and it is a beautiful city. I hope you can hear this, but it is really lovely. I'm just going to stand round so you can have a look and maybe get an idea of how old it is. Now, this is Canterbury Cathedral. We're standing outside and it is fabulous. It's the oldest cathedral in the UK and it's just wonderful. Very close to my heart. I did a lot of study here for my third year history of art thesis on stained glass windows. So a little bit of textiles here. I believe that was on the altar. And this is the very window that I studied for my history of art degree. Absolutely beautiful. This, believe it or not, was tucked away where nobody could see it behind some sort of screen, but I managed to squeeze in. Have a look. This is current exhibition. I'm actually going to read from the leaflet, and it's called Cross Currents, Life as Journey by Francis Carlyle, and it's running until February, and it's an installation of hundreds of beautiful, delicate, handcrafted boats embarking on their own journey through the vast architecture of this cathedral. And each of these boats symbolise the transient passage of life of an individual. Now, there's a whole lot of things here to read, but I won't. But everything here has been collected from the forest. Now, no hotel weekends away would be worth its while if I didn't show you the inside of the hotel room. As always, it's budget, very, very basic, but it's in the centre of the city. It's just wonderful. Everything is in walking distance. Those are Glenn's legs on the bed. He's having a little nap, doesn't know I'm doing this. Now, I managed to pick this up in a charity shop just about an hour ago. I didn't bring anything, only my threads. And as you know, I like to visit charity shops and get something to actually use while I'm away. Now, this was £1.50 and it's a beautiful tablecloth. It's machine works, but I think it's vintage. It certainly isn't antique. These are other pieces that I got, and these are handwork. That is handwork. At the moment, I've suspended them on Glenn's chest. He has no idea. See, new husbands really do have their uses, and I've covered up his face because he won't want to know he's asleep. He won't know about this until he sees it when it goes out. That is beautiful. That is handmade. Oh, look, his hand was on mine. Did you see that? New husband. Yeah, wasn't that cute? So, yeah, his body's making a great display table there. So this one, once again, is handmade as well. Like a little bit of cut work here, and that's manufactured. But this is beautiful. This is handmade. If I hold it up to the camera like this, holding my phone with one hand and doing this with the other, the stitches are beautiful. And look at the back. The back is just a work of art in itself. Now, I've had a look at this, a very short cursory look. Not too sure how I'm going to work it at the moment. It's all very white, as you can see, so I like to add my stamp on it of some colour. Need a little bit of time to think about it. Yeah, that's the TV. I thought you'd like to have a look at that for some unknown reason. Okay. These are the threads that I picked up from home on the way out. That's Glenn talking. Yeah, these are the threads I just picked up from home. They're all very muted. Not really my idea of very, very colourful, but they're already set out as a theme. Picked these up earlier on in the week from a supermarket, I think, in the high street. Now, I've made a start here, and that is actually quite a nice colour. It's like a muted dark pink, and I'm going to start this. It's in buttonhole stitch. No, it's blanket stitch. I'm doing it in blanket stitch, and I'm following the raised shapes of the petals all the way round. So this is the first one, and it's quite a nice look. The raised petals give it like a quilted look. Now I'm going to stick to these colours. I'm doing each petal in a different colour. He's trying to record me, to video me on my camera, but he's messing it all up. He doesn't know what he's doing. I've managed with great trouble to finish off the first flower, and as you can see, each petal is in a different colour, but they all sort of blend into each other. I'm also possibly going to do the pieces that I'm just showing you at the moment, like leaves, and the centre bit as well. It does need a little bit of colour, but we'll see how we go on. But I'm quite pleased with that. The back isn't too bad at the moment, but I don't think it's going to stay that neat. It won't. I just know it won't. So I've already started the feather stitch, and I'm going to do that stitch all the way around the edge with a nice brown. So I've introduced another colour as a contrast between the lighter colours that I've already used. And so far it's looking quite nice, and I think the brown was the right choice to make. I should carry on that all the way around. Well, it's looking different, isn't it? I've added some more stitches. I've added a slow stitch, running stitch, chain stitch, and a whipped running stitch as well. Now, I think I'm going to take the flower out and pop it in the middle there, just to add a little bit more detail. And I might add some more stitchery round here, round these sides here, for a bit more interest. Well, I've already done that. I've put the centre in, secured it with some running stitch, added another row of running stitch here in a deeper red, a purple, and some French knots. And already, I think, that's him laughing, and already I think it's looking better. These bits here I'd like to add, but once again, they're very plain, and I think the white on white might not show. So I think, again, I might have to dye them, alter the colour, but they would look really nice on here, but not necessarily that colour. I'd also like to incorporate this, introduce a little bit of green, a little bit more texture. It's a shame not to, because seeing as I've chopped it up, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to look at it for a while now. Well, I have indeed changed the colour, still in the hotel room, and I put it in a coffee cup full of coffee. I only dipped it in, left it for a little while, and look at the difference. Put it on the radiator, and hey presto, they've come out really well. And that deeper colour actually complements some of the colours I've used on the flower, so I'm really thrilled with that. I'm really pleased with that. So I am going to use them, and I probably will leave them where they are, round about that, like that, either side. And then these I picked up in another charity shop like earlier on today, and they were about £1 for 6 little pieces, as you see there, 6 different colours. It's not sari fabric, it's some other rather coarse fabric. It's a cotton. Look, there they are. I think there was 6, 2, 4, 6, and they're really pretty. So, or was there 9? Oh, it looks as if it could have been 9. Oh, recycled cotton patchwork for £1.50 from the Oxfam shop. So I'm going to use some of those as well and applique them, apply them to the back fabric. Now, as you can see, that there or here, they're different sizes. So I don't know whether to make a feature out of the fact that the centre of these petals are all different, or to just leave them. I've secured down the hand dyed, the coffee dyed pieces of lace with running stitch, and that's the only stitch I think I've used. Running stitch, also known as slow stitch, and I've popped 2 buttons on, one on each side. But before securing them, applying them to the back fabric, the white fabric, I've put one of those little squares of fabric, I've cut them up. If you can see, this one has red fabric under it, and the bottom one has a lilac fabric, just to give it a little bit more depth. And those colours actually go with the colours of the thread, and I think the red just makes it pop a little bit. There needs to be a contrast now in colour. Not sure where to take this. I've also added 2 little blue flowers here as well, and those were cut from the little squares. These, you can see the bits on the side, were cut from another one. That's all that's left of one of those squares, those rolled up squares. I'm going to apply them there as well. And it's gradually taking shape. I like the way it's taking shape, and I like the way the colours, these colours here, are blending in. I'm not sure if I will leave them plain. I doubt that very much. Well, we're home now. We've had a fabulous 3 days in Canterbury. Back to reality now. This piece of work is hanging on the chimney breast, and as you can see, it's almost finished. There's still a little bit of work to do, but I've outlined it all now in black to give it a little bit of an edge, a bit of depth to it. I've also added a few drops of coffee to some of the areas, and that is why some of the leaves here and other areas here look darker. And you see the leaves here, I've painted them, and that I've messed that one up, but I've painted these leaves here with paintbrush and some coffee, straight out the coffee cup. But I think I might have to disguise some of it because it has bled over into the white bits where I didn't want it. I'm not sure if you can see it on the screen actually, but the blobby bit on the right I don't like. And I don't like it, just looks dirty. But here we are. That's as far as I've got at the moment. I have a couple of ideas of where to take it now. I think I might start quilting the background. Here's just a little peek at the back, and right enough, it didn't stay neat, did it? But you can see here, I've already laid this piece of work on some wadding. The wadding is caught between two layers of fabric, so it was intended for a jacket or something. It's a remnant, but I've already put this work on top, and I think my next thing to do is to work out how I'm going to use it. The first thing I've done is put some tack in, as you can see up on the screen, all the way around the 4 edges to hold it, stabilize it while I sew on it, because the polyester wadding is dancing underneath the fabric, so it needs to be held very securely in place so it doesn't move. At this stage, I think I'm going to follow the lines all the way around in very small stitches. And here we are, and this really didn't take very long at all, and it was really mindful to do as well, something really nice. I've just worked about 5 or 6 rows. I can see 3 rows here even, all the way around the edge, and it's given it this nice padded quilted effect, and it's only worked it in running stitch. I've also put a detail, a few little blingy things in the center of the flower there. Now the next thing I'm going to do is some Italian quilting or cording. It's got two names, and I'm going to raise some of the lines with this wool, orange wool. Now you need a nice blunt needle. You can see this, it's nice and long and it's blunt. You don't want a sharp needle because it'd be impossible to push it through the lines of sewing. Two 2 strands of double knit is just ideal for what I want here. The rows are nicely spaced, and I'm going to take the needle through the side, as you can see here, through the side between 2 rows of sewing, and I'm going to bunch the fabric up on the needle and pull it out through the bottom, through the back, when I need to change direction. This gives a really nice raised look to the work. And there you can see. Now all I'm going to do, I've had to come through to the back to change direction, and all I'm going to do now is pull that through very gently so as not to knot it, just like that. And that's all you do, and it's a beautiful effect and very easy to do. Right, nearly finished now, but you can see the effect. You can actually see the colour of the wool as well underneath the stitching. And here it is finished. I'll just take it a bit closer. I'm trying to hide the shadow because once again I'm doing this on my phone. I can't get my webcam to work at the moment, so I hope this comes out well. But if you can see the raised bits of quilting around there, as I said earlier, I haven't quilted them all, just here and there, just to make it stand out and give it some texture. And so you can see the colour coming through. I still don't like that blobby bit, and I didn't disguise it. Now I am not making this up into anything at the moment. It's just a hotel project, and maybe later I will make it up into something, but not at the moment. Okay, so I really hope you enjoyed that. It's very quick and very noisy in places as well, but if you stayed right to the end, thank you very much. And if you haven't subscribed, please think about subscribing, and please take care wherever you are. And hopefully I'll get another project out very soon. Things seem to be getting back to normal at the moment. Oh, fingers crossed. And hopefully I will see you all soon and catch up with all those comments on YouTube and Facebook. Okay now, so take care wherever you are. Bye.